Hey guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul and this is Tech and Travel. So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of a 65-inch B9 OLED from LG. Now, before I start, I've got to say a massive thanks, and I mean a massive thanks, to the guys at box.co.uk for sending me that TV. And not only that, they sent me this little lot. So you can see why I've got to say a massive thanks to them. I mean, what a load of tech to be sent. I am so chuffed about it. I cannot wait to get it all unboxed for you guys. There's going to be some great content coming over the next few weeks. One of the other stars of the show here will be the Q90R, which again, is going to be some amazing content coming from that, because I can do some like rival videos between the OLED and the QLED, because I know a lot of guys ask me questions, which one's better out of the two. So yeah, going to be some interesting content coming up between those two. Also got an electric scooter to unbox, so that should be good fun. And got a no gap wall mount to go with the QLED there, so I'll be setting all that up and doing a video on that. And also an Xbox One X. Again, a lot of you guys asked for videos of an Xbox being played on the OLED, because before I'd done a video with the PlayStation 4 Pro, so I've now got that at my disposal, so I can test that out on both TVs and against the PlayStation Pro as well. So yeah, should be some really interesting content to come. And also just want to say a massive thanks to you guys as well, because if it wasn't for you guys watching these videos, I wouldn't be in this fortunate position. So thank you so very, very much. Right, let's move on and start with the unboxing of this 65-inch B9 and start off with giving you a bit of a tour around it. So let's crack on. Right, starting off around the front of the box here then. So, LG OLED TV AI ThinQ, 65 B9. OLED display, ThinQ AI. This time we've got the A7 Gen 2 intelligent processor, Dolby Atmos stroke Dolby Vision there. And what else we got? New for 2019, and they're just confirming the size of the TV, if you forgot after looking on that side of the TV box. So yeah, what I'll do now is I'll get my tape measure out and we will take some measurements of the size of the box for you guys, because again, I know a lot of you guys like to go and pick these TVs up in your own vehicles and that, so you're going to want to know if it's going to fit it in it or not. So let's crack on and do that right now. Right, so moving on with the measurements. So we will start off with the width of the box. And we have got a measurement there of approximately 167 centimeters. Moving on to the depth, we are looking at 20 centimeters, and the height comes in at a shade under 95 centimeters. So handy measurements there to know if you're looking at transporting it in a car or just want to store the box at home somewhere. So what we do now is cut the bands off and get the TV out of the box, get the wall bracket on, have a look at the accessories, get it up on the wall and have a bit of a run through with the TV and do a couple of demos. So let's crack on. Right. Time to get it out. Right, now we've got the lid off, we can have a first look at the panel itself. So let's just pull down that. And there you go. Nice and fresh. And you guys can now see for the first time how so thin that TV is. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, I've just taken one down off the wall, but for some reason, when it's in a box like this, it just really emphasizes just how thin that is. Just look at that. It is absolutely crazy. Right, moving around to the front here. Now, this has got a protective film on it, and you've got this sticker over the top, and it just says about registering there for your free guarantee. So something you might want to do if you're buying one of these TVs. And I'm going to give you guys a quick tip now, just before I lift this out of the box. Now, when lifting it, you've got a couple of cutouts there. Get one person each end, hand underneath, if we can move the camera around there. So hand underneath here, and your instinct would be to hold then on the top corner, but do not do that. What you need to do is hold in line with this here. So the chunky part of like the guts of the TV, you want to hold roughly there. Now, it might seem a bit weird doing it like that, and you think the TV would fall over that, but all the weight is at the bottom. So don't think it's going to tip over. It won't. If you hold it at the top here, you risk damaging the screen and bending it, because it is really wobbly. If you look at that, I'm not going to do it too much. But yeah, so just be careful and make sure that you hold it in line with that and at the bottom. Right, let's get it out of the box. So we've got the TV out of the box, and we've got the TV out of its protective wrapping, and I've put it down on the floor to put the TV down on top of, protect the screen even though it has got a film on it, but also allowing us access to the back to show you guys around. Now, one thing I do want to point out, which is really important, that there is a film on the back of this TV. Now, if I had £1 for every time someone said to me that they didn't realise that there was a film on the back of their TV, I would be a rich man. I get loads of people saying that they've had a TV for so many months, a couple of years, and only through watching my video that they've realised that there's a film on the back and they've left it on there. And apparently it can cause heating issues, and which could potentially damage the screen. So it is really important you take it off. I'll just show you down there. I've already started on this corner, so as you can see, there it is there. This one's a little bit more obvious because it has got some bubbles underneath, but I've had other ones, it isn't blatantly obvious. And the strange thing is, on the front of the panel, they actually put pull tabs on it to make it obvious and easy to take it off, but not on the back. And if it's so important that for it to be removed, then really they should put them on the back to make it obvious to you that there is a film there to be removed, and to make it easier for you. So if you're listening, LG, maybe something for you to do in the future. Right, let's move on now and have a bit of a tour round of the inputs and whatnot on the back. So we have got our power cable here, which I will actually measure in a minute for you guys. One downside, well actually it's two downsides with it, but I'll come to the other in a minute. One downside is it is actually fixed. You void the warranty if you take that out and try and put a longer one in. So yeah, something I'm not keen of, rather it be just sort of one you can plug in and out, and put a longer one on if you wish. But like I said, we'll unpackage that in a minute. I'll come to me second gripe with that. We've got screw holes here, so if you want to wall mount it, again, I will measure those in a second. We have a cutout here. This will be for your tabletop mount to screw into. And something different for this year's models is that we have got a button under here, not blatantly obvious. What this is for is if you've lost your remote control or whatever, this will get up your basic menus to do the volume, channels, and, you know, turn the TV on off sort of thing. Used to be over here on like a little directional stick, which I actually preferred, but it has been now moved to a single button in the middle, so something to take note of there. Right, moving on, let's have a look at some of these inputs or outputs, whatever you want to look at. So we have got a audio there, so for your headphones, optical digital out, and a LAN cable if you want to hardwire it, a antenna cable in, and a satellite in. Then we have a HDMI and 2 USBs. Moving on round to what is, when you're looking at the screen, the left hand side, we have another USB, 3 HDMIs, the second which is ARC, which is audio return channel, and a card slot. So there you go for round the back, and now I will get my tape measure out and we'll measure the power cable and these holes for you guys. Right, let's crack on. Right, so we got the tape measure out for the second time, as I've just sliced my thumb open the first time round, so I won't be doing it again. So right, at least you can tell it's genuine, this channel, can't you? You know, get this measurement, being careful not to decapitate my thumb, and we are looking at, well, just under 1.50 m, so we call it 1.5 meters. And that is my second gripe with this power cable. So not only is it fixed, it is really short. Now, a lot of people think I'm being fussy about it in other videos and stuff, but then a lot of people also agree that 1.5 meters for a TV of this size isn't very adequate, especially when you can't put a longer one on. Yes, I have to use an extension lead, and it is a way around it, but not everyone wants to run an extension lead up to their TV. You know, they might just want a meter install and just want the one cable from the TV going off. I mean, if you've got it, you know, on the tabletop stand, look, it barely reaches to that end. I mean, great if your socket's over on the right hand side, not so great on this side. I mean, I think it should be at least 3 meters myself. So again, something LG, if you're watching, maybe sort out for the future. Probably cost you like an extra 10 pence or so. I'd gladly pay a few quid extra for it, but there you go. Right, let's move on. Now, measurements for the wall mount bracket holes. So we are looking at 30, obviously 30 again, by 20. So other people have requested before that I measure to the outside edges. So from the holes there, we are looking at just under 57. From the bottom hole to the bottom is 14. And if I can stretch across, from the top hole, middle of it, is approximately 48 centimetres. So hopefully you guys will find those measurements useful. Right, let's crack on now. I will get the film off the back and put my wall bracket. Not as satisfying as the front, but still satisfying nonetheless. Oh, that's coming off in one piece there. Right, so these are the brackets I've got for my wall mount. As you can see, I've got a plate up on the wall there. I've had this one now for quite a few years. Again, a lot of people ask me where I got it from, and it was just a cheap one off Amazon, if I remember rightly. I think it cost me about 20 quid. So just goes to show you don't have to spend a lot of money on a bracket, but it does stick out from the wall quite a bit. I mean, these simply, if we get around the right way, literally just hook over like that. Obviously another one like that as well, and yeah, they would sit like that. And something you want to take note of is, being the TV is so thin, all the guts is down the bottom half. So if you've already got a bracket at the moment on the wall, you may find that when you go to put it on the back here, that it's all moved down. Generally, most TVs have the mounting holes in the middle. Because it's lower down, that will mean that your TV will now sit further up the wall. So something to take into account if you are wall mounting it. Bit of a nightmare, because if, like me, there's no adjustment, say up or down on the wall, which generally there isn't. You may have to move the bracket on the wall down itself to get the same sort of height. So something to bear in mind. So what I'm going to do now is just screw this on and we'll move on and get it up on the wall. We have the wall brackets all now attached, and with these ones, as you can see, I've got a bit of scope. It's in like up and down, so I can tilt it if I want and or lock them out there. So yeah, pretty good. And it's now time, I think, to get it up on the wall. So let's do it. Right, so I was just about to do what is probably the most satisfying bit about this unboxing, or normally is about this unboxing, and that's peeling off the protective film on the front. But for some bizarre reason, there doesn't seem to be one on this one. So now we've got sticky hand marks on there and everything, which is a bit of a nightmare. All we seem to have is just this that is actually stuck to the panel. So this is the lamest screen protector peel off ever. Ta-da! There you go. So yeah, but normally there's a pull tab down in that corner and in that corner, and you pull it off. So why that's not on there, I've got no idea. So now I'm just going to have to give the screen a quick clean up. So I'll do that right now, and then we'll get the power cable plugged in. Right, screen's all now cleaned up again, and what I'm going to do now is just show you what my solution is to the short power cable issue. And that is, I use one of these single socket extension leads. Now I got this from Amazon, was only a few quid, probably under a £5 I think. I can't remember if it's 3 or 5 metre. And all I do, obviously, plug the power cable into that, and then I simply hook it over the back there, because as you can see, there's plenty of room for it down there. Again, not ideal, but you know, it's a workaround. So something that you might want to grab if you are thinking about buying one of these and wall mounting it. Get one in advance, so you ain't going to have any disappointments about not being able to turn it on. So what I'll do now is, we'll have a quick look at the accessories before we turn it on for the first time. Looking at the accessories, so I say this is an accessory. We have got the tabletop stand. So there it is there. Quite dinky. Plastic, I would have thought maybe it's metal, but you know, at the end of the day, I suppose it keeps the weight down. So what I do, I'm just going to go and grab my tape measure, and we'll measure it. So the width on this is 56 centimeters, and depth from front to back is approximately 25. So set that to one side. We have got some sort of plate there. I think that's to go over the back there, I presume. And let's have a look at the other stuff. So we've got the usual sort of literature there. I think that might be a cable tidy clip. I think something like that. Not too sure. And then the remote control. So batteries. There we go. So this is black. There you go, nice sort of, nice and glossy. I'm not a massive fan of the remote itself. I think it's a little bit sort of cheap feeling, but it does operate really well. And as you can see, we've got like Netflix on there, Amazon Video, a few shortcuts on that. But I'll do a bit more detailed run through that in a minute. So what we'll do, we'll pop the batteries in the back, and let's turn it on. Right, we have our power indicator light on there. Remote control to hand. So let's turn it on. Hopefully it should fire into life now. There we go, Web OS. Now you will have to excuse my camera because the light is dimming a bit, so it's not doing the TV much justice at the moment. Right, so we've got the first page up now of the installation, and it says please press OK. So we grab our remote, and on here you've got this scroll wheel, and to press OK you simply push that down like that. And there we go, it says here we go, and where are you? So it's asking us what country we're in. Again, I apologise if this isn't coming across too clear at the moment, but like I say, the light is dying and it's awkward because I'm using a mobile phone. So we're going to press OK and move on to the next step. It says there you are. Now, if you haven't already noticed, this is the Magic Remote, and it's a bit like a Wii remote where you've got this pointer and you simply just wiggle it around and it goes where you want. It's absolutely amazing. It's spot on, it's really accurate, it's fast, and it's going to be a struggle going back to a normal remote once you've had one of these. So yeah, it is very good. Right, so we're now in a section here. It says, are we at home or in store? And it is already highlighted for home, even though it's a bit hard to see that, but trust me, it is highlighted home. So I'm going to click on OK and move on to the next step. Now it's asking us if we want to have it wired or wireless for the internet, and I am going to go wireless and then set that up. Right, so now we're on to the user agreements, and just going to select all on that, and then I'm going to select all on the next one as well, just to point out, because if you don't select on all of these, it can ruin your experience if you want to look at that. So you don't get the full benefit of all these sort of services and that sort of stuff, so it's probably best to agree to it all. So right now we are moving on, and it says about getting ready to watch TV. So we've got set top box only, TV only, TV and set top box. I'm going to set top box only, and I'm just going to now enter my postcode. And we've got yay, so it likes where I live, clearly. And now it's on about setting up a set-top box. After set-top box has been set up, you can use the functions for program lists and recommendations of the set-top box. So we'll crack on and do this now. Right, so we are now getting to the stage where we are going to set up my SkyQ box. So it is detected that there is a Skybox or a box connected. So we've now got to select which one, which is a SkyQ box. Click on that, and then we will go to next. Moving on one more step, just confirm. And there we go. We are all set up. So I'm just going to press OK to that, which is to enable Ultra HD Deep Color. And there we are. We are ready to roll. Let's start off by having a quick look around the main home menu. So on the remote, I am going to press on the home button there. And it brings up this bar here at the bottom. And what you can do with the remote, you can press sort of the left or right arrow keys to scroll through it, or give the remote a shake, and you can simply just use the wand and just go like that. And one good feature for the 2019 models, which I haven't got on my B9 OLED, is if you actually highlight over one of them, just leave it there, it brings up like a sub menu, and you can go directly into things there. So it saves you, if you want to sort of, do it as a shortcut, sort of just go straight into it like that, to save you going directly into the app itself. Now, I'll give you just a couple of little sort of tips now while we're in this sort of section, is that you can rearrange apps around. So you can highlight on that and edit stuff and move apps around or delete off apps to your heart's content. Right, next thing, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at what should we do? How about the gallery? So if we go to gallery here, this is a feature I absolutely love. And basically it turns your TV into, well, a piece of art. So I'm going to click on one of these now. And there you go, it turns it in to a picture frame with a piece of artwork in it. And in the right light, it looks so convincing. As the sort of light drops and that, it's a bit more apparent that it's, a TV because of the brightness of it and that. But in, sort of well-lit environments and that, it really does look pretty convincing. So I'll just let this run through for a second for you guys. And as you can hear, plays a bit of music as well. It's soothing. Go to a wider shot on that. I think that just looks amazing. It fascinates me every time I put it on. Right, I think what we'll do now is move on and I'll show you a few more things about the TV. Right, moving on, let's just show you the main menu now. So what you want to do, again, little tip. Now, if you press on the settings button once, what you do is get up your standard sort of basic settings here. So picture, aspect ratio, sound, that sort of stuff. And if you go down to the bottom, you can go into the main settings there. So if I click on that, and that'll bring up your main settings menu. But there is a quicker way to do that. And if you grab the remote and go to the settings and hold down the settings button, that will take you directly into it. Now, I'll probably do a tips and tricks video at a later date, so be sure to watch that. Now, what we're going to do now as well is just have a quick look at what software is running. So I'm going to go to General and then About this TV. Then with any luck, it should show us what we've got. And we are running 03.60.07. Now, I'm sure there will be an update for it, which I will do later, but that just shows you what it's running at the box. Right, let's move on to something else. I think it's about time now we do some demos and really show off what this TV is capable of. So what I'll do, I'll start off with the demos that are built into the TV and then maybe show you a couple off YouTube. So what we're going to do is go to the photo and videos and then sample videos. And then we'll start off with the first one there. Again, you may have to excuse the camera if it's not coming across as amazing, but I'll try and do my best to adjust it for you guys. So let's run it right now. Look at those black levels, they look amazing. Let's try and adjust it a little bit there. Look at that, there we go. Now we're talking, now we are talking, look at that. Again, the camera's going to start to keep trying to adjust itself a bit, but trying to balance it out, yeah. That's what I just love about these OLEDs. Is you've got to see them in person though, because what you're watching on at home probably ain't doing it justice at all. I mean, look at that. It's just pure black with brilliant white there, side by side, no blooming or anything like that. Wicked. I love it. Just see if I can pull out that shot a bit more. That's made it worse. I'll go back in again. Amazing. And this is what OLED's all about. I mean, it sounds, you know, just a small thing saying, you know, perfect blacks and all that, but it really does make a difference. Honest to God, it really does. There we go. Right, let's fire up something off YouTube now, I think. Right, let's fire up another demo. And with any luck, there we go. We get a HDR logo up in the top right hand corner, confirming it is high dynamic range. There we go. Look at that, looks beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So clear, so sharp. Brightness is nice. That just looks amazing. I wish you guys could be here to see it for yourselves. If you're ever passing, yeah, I'll pop in, I'll show you. Let's move around there, and I'll tell you what, let's just show you. It's going to be a bit hard, but again, look, show you how thin that is there. And the viewing angles, which I will show you in a second, are just to die for with this TV. You know, this is another selling point of these TVs. Right, so I'll move right around the side here now. Amazing. It just looks the same around the side as it does from straight on. Again, don't know how it's coming across on camera, but trust me, you know, in real life you can be a real acute angle and it's still perfect. Right, here we are, 4K HDR Gaming. Again, my camera's not doing it justice at the moment, but it looks absolutely gorgeous, trust me. It's just the colours, everything's so vibrant and, yeah, beautiful to look at. What I'm seeing with my eyes is just far better than what I'm seeing on the camera, trust me. I'm trying to adjust it again here a bit. But yeah, look at that, that just looks great. Just move round to the side a bit, pull back. That looks absolutely wicked. So, there you have it then, guys. Thanks once again, or massive thanks once again, to the guys at box.co.uk for sending me this TV and all those other goodies. So watch out for all the unboxings of those coming soon, and any of those items that you want to know any more about, the links are in the description, so go check them out. Once again, thank you so much, guys, for supporting this channel by watching this video today, and if you've enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of the same in the future, then hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell icon as well so you get notified. So anyway, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.